chance to catch up with Vitor Gaspar. He's the IMF Director of Fiscal Affairs. He talks about public debt rising in leading economies, especially in the U.S. and China.
The trend up in global public debt is influenced by some large, advanced and emerging market economies. We list in the Fiscal Monitor that Brazil, China, Japan, South Africa, Turkey, the United Kingdom, and the United States have all public debt to GDP ratios that are projected to increase by more than 5 percentage points of GDP over 2023 to 2028. So China is one of the drivers of global public debt trends, and as a matter of fact, together with the United States, it has quite a pronounced influence. In China, one of the aspects which is worth stressing is that contrary to what happens in almost all countries around the world, Chinese public debt to GDP did not fall in 2021 and 2022. It jumped up in 2020 and then it continued rising at a relatively fast pace. In 2028, the estimate that we have for public debt in China is 105% of GDP, and that is almost twice the levels that prevailed pre-pandemic. So it's quite an important jump up. The level of the deficit in China, according to our measures, points to a deficit that is always above 6% of Chinese GDP. But if I were to think normatively about public finances in China, I would first stress that the largest economies, the United States and China, have capacities, have a room to maneuver that most other countries don't have. And now from the pure viewpoint of China, the crucial thing seems to be how can fiscal policy fit the transition in growth model that China is now trying quite actively to manage.